Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Welcome sa isa na namang episode ng online series ni Inang Pamantasan kung saan ang pagkatuto ay walang hanggan. Ito po ang PNU Talks. Ako po si Donnadette Belza. Ako po ay nagtapos noong 2013 na may degree na AB-BSc Major in Literature. Kasalukuyan ako ay Research Officer sa Philippine National Research Center for Teacher Quality based at the Philippine Normal University. Sa episode na ito, ako ang inyong magiging Learning from Home buddy. Kung maaalala ninyo, sa episode kahapon ay tinalakay ni Ginoong Wilmore Pakay III kung paano magsulat ng editorial o column. Sa episode natin ngayon, tatalakayin ko naman kung paano magsulat ng lathalain o feature writing. Ang pamagat ng episode na ito ay Feature Writing and Means. Let's define the term feature. A quick Google search will tell us that feature, taken as a noun, is defined as a distinctive attribute or aspect of something. This is synonymous to the words characteristic, attribute, or quality. In the context of media, the term is defined as a newspaper or magazine article or a broadcast program devoted to the treatment of a particular topic, typically at length. What can we take from this definition is that a feature is an article or a piece of writing in the context of print media, but it can also be seen in other types of media such as the broadcast media and the online media. It also discusses or talks about a particular topic which is typically at length. This definition still seems a little broad, so I'm offering other definitions that will allow us to identify at the very least a feature article or story when we see one. A feature article or story is often called as soft news because it does not deliver the news like a straight news or hard news does. It doesn't give right away the 5 W's or the 1 H. The 5 W's being your who, your what, where, when, why, and your H being your how. A feature article is more in-depth than traditional news stories and go beyond providing the most important facts. As I mentioned, it goes beyond stating the 5 W's and 1 H as it explores a plethora of topics and subtopics. It is actually heavy with a background and context. That is also the reason why this is typically longer than your news story. Take, for example, the feature stories that you can find in this news and newspaper websites. You have here the New York Times. They have categories like World, US, politics, about New York. Now, you can find feature stories under business, technology, science, health, sports, arts, books, style, food, travel, and magazine. In the same way, in The Guardian, you can find feature stories under sports. They feature football, cricket, rugby union, and so on. Under culture, they also have the same books, music, TV and radio, arts and design, film, games, classical, and stage. Under lifestyle, they have the same. And look at other features. They have video, podcast, and pictures. For Philippine Daily Inquirer, they practically have the same. But what's new here is that they have something on Netflix. Look at the second categorization. They have new on Netflix. They also have Panlasang Pinoy. So guess what they feature under that category. Then for Rappler, similarly, they have life and style, entertainment, sports, technology. Look at one article under life and style. It's a list. Sushi, sashimi shops open for delivery in Metro Manila. This is one kind of feature stories. For squeeze.ph, what's new here is that they have feature articles under Campus Watch and Edoc Digest. Under Edoc Digest, for PNU ones, you might be interested. Squeeze PH has Teacher's Corner and Student Corner. Now, a feature article serves many purposes more than to inform. It aims to humanize an experience, to add color to a bland topic, to educate its audience, to entertain or to add humor to a serious topic, and to illuminate or shed light on issues. A feature article also offers a fresh or unforeseen perspective on a news item. A feature article can contain a topic from centuries ago and can manage to make it relevant. Okay. A feature article also uses storytelling devices to help the reader connect with the overall narrative. Later, when we go to style and structure, we will discuss this further. Now, let's take a break. Meantime, I'd like to introduce the concept of meme in terms of writing features article. A typical meme consists of text on an image. Let's take this example. Have you seen this meme online, circulating online? On the left side, you have the text which says March 16 to May 31, 2020. And at the bottom, you have June 1, 2020 onwards. On the right side, you have the images or the logos of Pinoy Big Brother and Survivor Philippines. Now, in memes, the metaphor goes from the realm of language to the realm of image. This means that the meaning or underlying meaning of the text coincides or intersects with the meaning of the images. Hence, what does this meme tell us? When the community quarantine or enhanced community quarantine was announced, where people were asked to stay home, and that is represented by March 16 to May 31, it may be similar to an experience of being at the Pinoy Big Brother house. When the government announced GCQ, which eases the pandemic measures and which will begin June 1, 2020 onwards, the experience may be similar with that of Survivor Philippines contestant. It's like saying, under GCQ, matira ang matibay. Okay. Now, memes are free, instantly obvious, and loaded with cathartic qualities. Okay. When you say cathartic qualities, there is strong emotional release. And in that emotional release, there is a sense of comfort that you've seen yourself in that meme. You are able to relate in that particular meme. Memes are also used for humor, therapy, gratification, and protests. Look at these examples. These are mixed content. You have two pictures of two characters. The first character is a student based on her uniform. And the student asked over the phone, "Sir, may pasok ba?" Which gives us a hint that the one on the other line is a teacher. And that teacher responds by saying, "Meron." Both characters are drenched in flood, but still affirming that classes will continue. It looks funny at the outset, but it expresses discomfort over the fact that you still have classes despite the flood. Another example, you have snippets from a famous TikToker. Are you familiar with this person? Who assumes two roles. The first role or the first character says, "Nasaan na ang mass testing, aber?" On his second image is a cut and pasted face of presidential spokesperson Harry Roque, assuming the second role and saying, "Walang ganun, Mars." Again, this meme looks funny, pero nakakainis sa totoo lang. Another definition of meme is, the origins of memes lie in newspaper cartoons and comic strips. On a more primal level, they stem from our insuppressible urge to engage in gossip, spread rumor, and be the first to break news. Now, adding to those information, I stumbled upon the book of James Gleick, The Information, A History, A Theory of Flood. And he stated here that a meme is an idea, or a meme carries an idea. It was Richard Dawkins who first named this replicator and imitator a meme. He noted that an idea may thrive, may vanish, or reappear many times in the meme pool. Look at this meme. This meme is not really giving us a new idea about the term or the phrase new normal, but it actually is funny for PNU ones like me because it shows an old photo of the Philippine Normal University, hence the phrase old normal. And the physical features of the Philippine Normal University now, hence the term new normal. But another meme talks about the new normal without stating the terms or the phrase new normal. Look at this meme. It says, me muted in a conference call contributing absolutely nothing. And then you see an old painting of a bishop drinking wine. But doesn't state the phrase new normal, but it says that the new normal is that we are all engaged. Workers working at home are engaged in conference calls. Then, a meme is also a tune. Okay, this tune has spread for centuries across several continents. Take for example, Beethoven's Symphony No. 5, which has been used in several cartoons or animes. One example is in Mr. Bean. It was actually featured in its episode Keyboard Capers. In fact, this music of Beethoven was also used in the Tom and Jerry chasing scenes. A meme is a catchphrase. It is a text that mutates and spreads rapidly. Look at this meme. It says, for polar bears, it's the survival of the fattest. This is a jump off from the catchphrase survival of the fittest. A meme is also an image. These are memes living a life of their own and independent of any physical reality. Look at the paintings of the Smile of Mona Lisa and the Scream. Okay, they've been created centuries ago, but look at how the memes metamorphosed these paintings. You see the Scream holding a cart of tissue rolls. It's as if saying that people right now are so are feeling discomfort over the pandemic, and as one of the effects is that they're hoarding tissue rolls. On the side, you have the Smile of Mona Lisa. However, the smile is hidden because right now people are, wearing face masks. Now, why did I jump on to discussing memes? Because I'd like to propose an intersection of a feature article and a meme. I would say a feature article may work like a meme. Let's have this Venn diagram comparison. A feature article in terms of form is a text or prose. It is lengthy and in-depth, as mentioned a while ago, and this is structured because it follows a pattern, which we will discuss later. Whereas, a meme is graphic in terms of form. It has a graphic text on an image. It is also short and succinct because it is very on point when it delivers its message, and this is unstructured. You have many ways of combining your text and your image. Both feature article and the meme deliver a message. Okay? Sometimes explicit, sometimes not, but both of them talk about a single topic. They both aim to entertain and to educate. They give humor to a subject, and they also present facts and opinion. But of course, the weight is not the same, as the meme is very short, while the feature article is lengthy. And finally, you take a new angle on a fresh or stale news. They both do that in such a way that for memes, a meme reappears and disappears and resurfaces in the meme pool for how long? Say, the painting of Mona Lisa that was centuries old, but then it's still resurfacing in the internet as a meme. In the same manner, a feature article features a topic that can be from the time capsule to the most current. Now, let's discuss style in feature writing. Anong estilo sa pagsulat ng latalain? First of all, ano ba ang style? Style is the way you write, including how you structure your sentences, how you frame your language, and your voice or persona that contribute to the overall tone and mood of your article or write-up. The style changes over time as you mature as a writer or depending on your audience. You can have a different style when you talk to college students. You have a different style when you talk to professional teachers, for instance. Okay? So again, your style may change depending on the subject matter and your audience. Now, can you use all four main types of writing style and coming up with a feature article? Yes. Okay. Let's begin with descriptive. Diba? Descriptive is common in fiction, but it is also seen in non-fiction like personality sketch, travel guide, or food guide. Okay? The descriptive paragraph makes use of literary devices. It may use metaphor, onomatopoeia, rhyme, and rhythm. In fact, this is highly encouraged to be used for feature articles. Next is narrative. This is also common in fiction and non-fiction. A narrative communicates a story through the eyes of a character, an unresolved conflict, or your setting. And you can also make use of narrative or say anecdotes, your personal experiences when you write your feature article. You can also make use of expository writing. In expository writing, you explain a concept through facts, statistics, other evidence, backgrounder, and you can also use this especially in the body of your feature article. And finally, persuasive. Can you use persuasive writing in feature articles? Yes, of course. Because in persuasive writing, you usher a position or a belief. You write your opinions, but you have to make sure that you present reasons, okay, or justifications behind your opinions, which will warrant the correctness of that opinion. You can use all these forms of writing for your feature article. Look at structure. Let's discuss structure. Okay. An inverted pyramid is used in a straight news. In the inverted pyramid, the first layer or the topmost part discusses the most important details. Come the next most important details, the other important details, and at the tip is the least important details. This is how you write your straight news. But in terms of feature article, you write it using the hourglass structure. And this structure has the following components. You have the lead. Okay? Usually, the lead is descriptive. Okay? It is your opening paragraph. It must grab your reader's attention. But other than a descriptive paragraph, your lead could also be a question. It can be a striking statement from famous personalities. It could be a quotation from your interviews. It can also be a narration that all relates to your article. The second is the nut graph. The nut graph is sort of like a transition. This connects your lead to the body of your article. The nut graph summarizes the essence of your story without divulging every detail. It also tells why the story is important. Okay. Then the next part are your body paragraphs. This could be 2, 3, or more sentences that explains the context, the background of your topic. So you can use here facts, historical accounts, quotations, statistics. The next component of the hourglass structure are your body paragraphs. This is 3 or more paragraphs that discuss the background of your topic. So you can deliver here your facts, your quotes, your statistics, your historical accounts. Finally, what completes the hourglass structure is your conclusion or your circle kicker. The circle kicker is a return to the opening focus of your story. You can use here descriptions, anecdotes, or whatever way you would like to end your article, as long as that conclusion is a reiteration of your ideas from beginning to end, or your opinion about a certain topic. Look at this example. This is taken from the newspaper website of The Guardian. The title is How the Scream Became the Ultimate Image for Our Political Age. This is written by Jonathan Jones in 2019. Look at how Jonathan Jones begins with this feature article. He says, "The face is a greenish sack of sickly flesh, stretched tight over the skull. Its features have been burned away by pain. All that remain in the elongated mask are two wide round eyes with dots for pupils, a pair of black nostrils, and a mouth open in an oval screen." We've all been there. Okay, so this particular lead is highly descriptive. Okay, this is how Jonathan Jones described the painting, The Scream. And then he went on with a graph by saying, "The Scream was created by the Norwegian artist Edvard Munch in 1893, but it has become a masterpiece, the masterpiece for our time. There are comparably iconic works of art, the Mona Lisa, Van Goghs, and flowers, but they exist in a world of art and beauty. The Scream is ugly and brutal and belongs in the here and now. It is a simple we reach for as we might for a strong word to express what we're feeling this minute." So that nut graph discusses the main point that connects the lead to other parts of the body by saying that the scream is the very emotion that describes our age. Then in the long body, the author goes on to state how the painting has transcended as an emoji. A little background about how it was stolen from museums. Then somewhere in the middle, the author reveals himself with a humorous tone amid a serious narrative by saying that art crime may be ugly, but it is also popular recognition of a kind. You know, you've made it when the criminal community rates your work theft-worthy. Okay, and he relates it to the theft of Mona Lisa, and then he also said the theft of the Scream had a similar electrifying effect. It even started a gangland fashion. In 2004, masked gunmen seized Munch's second painted version of the Scream, which dates from 1910. This time, it took longer to get back and suffered some nasty damage. So that's some historical account about the painting, which is found in your body. He expounds his theme in the later paragraph by relating it, by saying that in 1990s, the Scream has become a cultural mood, that it also represents the anxieties of the 21st century, beginning in the September 11, 2001. And he says that the Scream emoji makes explicit the striking fact that it is getting hard to say the word scream without seeing the scream. This painting is becoming part of the language. The Scream has become part of a shift to reconnect idea and images, to express ourselves in the internet age by direct visual icons. It is not just a painting that makes a good emoji. It is the original emoji. And then he wraps up in his conclusion by saying very strongly that the Scream is so much more than a receptacle for the anxiety we're feeling right now. It can rescue us. It offers a means of release from the grind and banality of politics, money, and work. The true purpose of the greatest modern art is to reconnect us with demonic, ecstatic experiences that defy the boredom of modern industrial capitalism. Maybe Munch was possessed by the Vikings when he heard the word of the Scream. For the Scream seems pagan and primitive in its shudder at the iciness of the empty north. It is a painting of Ragnarok, the Norse apocalypse, which makes it even more the masterpiece of our time. Play Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song and stare at the Scream. You'll soon forget all about the things that make you want to, And that ends the article. A feature article like the one we've read from top to bottom must be evocative just like your means. Even if you're talking about an extant or an extinct topic, you must stay relevant to your audience. Imagine that article that was talking about a painting that was crafted in the late 1800s was made relevant to today by saying that this has transcended into an emoji, and this particular emoji is the expression of our age. Okay, highfalutin words are not necessarily. You don't also have to be verbose or use flowery words, as they say. The narrative just has to be focused and concise. by means of your specific language, specific words, nouns, verbs, descriptors. The paragraphs must also be coherent and unified. Finally, when I say top to bottom complete, your article includes writing your title for your feature article. The article about the screen is one perfect example of a title that states a main point, but at the same time catchy. In fact, it uses rhyme as a literary device with the words image and age. Other examples include these ones from squeeze.ph. So both of these grab your interest at the onset and make you read the articles. Example, COVID-19 is a woman by French language authorities. So this will pick your interest. Really, a disease, a pandemic is gendered. Okay, so this will pick your interest to reading the story more. Another example from Squeeze PH is, pwede na bang lumabas? 10 points about the NCR's GCQ scenario starting June 1. So without saying Kim Chu, all of a sudden, when you hear the question, pwede na bang lumabas? That was Kim Chu. That was Kim Chu as a meme. Okay? That was Kim Chu as an expression of your anxiety over what's happening, okay, in the society. So, from top to bottom, including your title, your feature article must be complete, must be evocative, just like your memes. So that's all. These are my references for this presentation. If you have questions about our episode for today, don't forget to drop your comment in the comment section. And also don't forget to like and share this episode. Again, this is Donnadette Belza at sumainyo po ang PNU Talk.